30 seconds to go. I'm on a new race. This is Monday, the stage one of Get Rolling. The Recovery Flat. This race is pretty good. I decided that I was going to do this race, and I was going to do a race at 12 o'clock. I did the 10:10, and I was going to do the 12:10 race. But I kind of felt some soreness in my legs, I guess, for riding so much this weekend outside the weight. We had 3, 2, 1, and we're off. And as we take off on this race, like I said, I don't push the power until we just take off. So I decided that I'm gonna ride with the pack somewhat on this race, but not a lot. I knew that I was gonna ride up in front with the pack, and what I'm trying to do now is measure the knob now. How much tension do I keep in there so I don't wear myself completely out now. Now I'm gonna tell you one thing that I am starting to learn, that I am riding close to 160 a lot now since I've started doing this adjustment. I think this is about the 7th. I started this weekend, so this is about my 7th or 8th race now where I'm riding with that knob changed around now. And I gotta admit, I'm putting out a pretty decent amount of power, but my heart rate is up. So I'm actually starting to work on my heart even more now. So as we ride, I'm riding this race. I'm just trying. Since I'm on fresh legs, like I said, I should have stretched a little bit more. I just felt just a twinge. It wasn't none, but I figured I needed to finish up my videos. I hadn't really got to them. The holiday weekend, I had a lot of fun this weekend, so it was hard to get to a lot of these, this done. So what I did was I said, well, I'm gonna be late putting Mondays out, but the rest of the week will be fine. And so as we race this race, I'm coming up around the hill on this first turn, and since I kind of know what this race entails, that it's more of a flat, so it shouldn't be no real big hills on it, I decided that I'm just gonna try to keep a certain pace, because like I said, the knob is turned for me, and that's where I'm trying to get used to really pushing the power out. So the knob is turned for me. I should have used that feather on this heel right here. Don't ask me why I didn't. I was kind of still, you gotta understand, I'm still thinking that there's a bigger hill coming up, and I was hoping that we turned right here so that I at least know exactly where we're going. But I know somewhat where we're going, but since it's been a while since I just wrote this course, I don't know exactly where we're going. So as we come around the corner, I'm riding, and I'm feeling really good about how I'm doing. I'm not worried about the race. I'm not worried about everybody being right behind me on this race. I'm gonna maintain my power. I'm gonna stay focused on what I'm doing, and I'm just gonna try to build. So what I'm trying to do, since it's not a long race, remember I told you, from now on, the pack ride is going, anything above 5 miles, I will ride with the pack, because that's long enough where I need to kind of ride. So what I'm trying to do is stay with some people here, but my focus is still, it's split right now. Because it's like I found a new toy of adjusting the knob, which it seemed like I should have always been doing that, but I'm just not figuring that out. So for me to figure that out and to figure out how to really ride with it again, it's almost learning how to ride again with the idea of, okay, if I adjust the knob here and turn the knob down there, I can save myself stress. So I'm doing that, but with the guys here, I guess somebody knew that I filmed my ride, or somebody else was filming their ride. I gotta look back and find her name, because I'm gonna follow her. But somebody else is filming the rides. If y'all see it when I put it up in the post, follow them, please. You know, this is something, I know I'm no millionaire trying to earn $1 billion. It's just, it's fun to see people give you feedback, man. This community, Swift community, I heard somebody say it earlier, there's no gatekeeper. Somebody, this is what you got. Y'all are all very inviting, if I can say it like that. It's very inviting. It's not no, we're in charge of this how, everybody I've met, everybody I've responded to, everybody I've talked to have been very open and very inviting and very understanding of what's going on in it. So it makes you feel, I say that because I think we need to have this is enjoyable, and that's what people who like me or heavier are trying to do things. And let's say I am winning some things here and there. You see, I do lose. So it's not like I'm overbearing, overpowering stuff, and there's certain things I still can't do. I'm trying to learn to ride 30, 40 miles at a time. That's becoming a goal. Trust me, I'm gonna be in them kind of races soon. Because those kind of races are what's gonna make me good at these races. Which I didn't realize everybody was like, oh, those are sprints, and I'm going, what sprints? Somebody clarify for me if you get a chance of that distance for sprints, because I've seen people go, I'm doing a 12 mile and I'm going, oh, this is a sprint too. So I see sprints all the time and I'm like, wow. So as you can see, I'm pushing through this race, and if you look down, my wattage per power and my heart rate is still kind of down. So I do have the knob turned, but not too much. It's turned just enough that at 85 watts, I'm at 450. You notice that? I'm at 450. Now, if I hadn't had a knob turned where it was, 85 pedals, I would be sitting right at 400. That's how much just tuning that knob, it increases my heart rate, but it's not increasing it too much. So it's not great turns, it's just delicate, small turns. That's what I have to do. So I'm doing that now. And as we racing, I'm figuring that out. I figure by the end of the month, I should be able to switch it back and forth. In fact, I'm gonna take some and mark where I want the turns at now on the bike. But as we coming along, I'm looking at, I have the other guy come up on me, he's riding with me, and I look down and I see that we have quite a few people up with me. I tell you what, man, I can't wait to get my Tron bike. I am gonna say that. I'm gonna ride that thing till the Tron stop glowing. So I can't wait to get my Tron bike. I work and study at it. I think I'm right at 90,000 feet climb. I am gonna switch it over to kilometers. Once I get the Tron, I will switch it. I may switch it before then, because I'm starting to get used to looking at everybody else riding at that, and I'm starting to understand it a lot more. So we're in a group, and like I said, I haven't pulled away from everybody. I noticed something. I'm doing enough that I'm pushing us faster. If I hadn't noticed it before, by me doing 2 races of the same race in the same day, I'm noticing that the difference in the second and the first race, especially when I know the second race and I know I can just take off here and there, I'm starting to notice the difference in how I ride and how I'm pushing the pack. I didn't realize, I would say that in the beginning when I first started riding about, I'm gonna push the pack, I need to push the pack. I was saying it, but I didn't really understand it, if I get y'all to understand that. Now I'm understanding it. And because I see the numbers. I'm gonna make sure I start pumping the numbers. First when I do 2 rides, with the first one where I don't know the race and the second one I do, I'm gonna do these a lot more. I wish I would have did the next one, but like I said, I have so much stuff to do because I'm getting ready for my week. And so I was gonna do it, but once I felt the little twinge, you know what? I still gotta work. I'm no athlete, so I can't just take off because I just rest the leg up just a little bit. I gotta ride, I got a race I'm gonna do tomorrow morning. So I'll do that one. And if this one's up tomorrow morning, I may do this one too, just to have 2 glasses at this one. If I do those like that, I post both on back to back because you can see the difference in the races. I really gotta admit that when I was doing this race, somebody was asking me about the race and what was I'm stumbling over it. I'm sorry about that. But somebody asked me about the races, and I don't remember exactly how they said it, but they was asking me a long time ago about my power output, and I told them that yes, I'm getting so I can ride longer, but my power output is going down. And what it was is that I think what was really happening was because I wasn't adjusting the knob, my power output was. My long power output was up, but my sprint output was going down because I didn't have the resistance. And so without the resistance, I don't have the power to get extra push. So that was one of the things that were going on. So but right now this race, you see my heart rate, I'm in the yellow a lot of this race. I didn't remember that, but you gotta understand, like I say, I'm at 480 pedals per minute. I'm going at that the whole time, and I'm pushing everybody because everybody else has. If you look at me, I'm at 2.6, 2.7 right now where I'm at. And my heart rate is 147. And my thing has went up because I've adjusted the knob, so my heart rate is not going too much because it's not as much as I feel as far as that. I don't feel it as bad. But I noticed that the people who are riding along me or drafting off of me are putting out the same amount of wattage or more to just stay right there next to me. So I know in my head, they're draining 2 just as well as I am. Some of them, you see number 2, he's putting 4.1, 4.2. He's putting it in just to stay right there behind me. And I know he's not used to running that pace. I think in my head. Now, if you see, they run that pace all the time. But when D, you're starting to learn that. If you're an upper D, you're starting to learn how to push the pace a little bit more. So that's what I'm thinking he's trying to do. And as he's pushing up on me. And we're doing really good, but I'm just making sure that I keep that pace steady. I don't mind being the pack leader on this. Get behind me and ride with me. And it'll force me to keep going and staying at that power that I'm at. And everybody's trying to stay right there in that little group with me. We're riding really good. Now my wife is telling me she's gonna challenge me when she, we had to set up in there. She really doesn't get up and ride that much, but she's getting ready to start challenging me. She said, it's time for me to be put in my place. So, as we ride on this, I look up and I see the 2 guys in front of me. For the life of me, I don't know why I didn't. That was one guy. But for the life of me, I don't know why I didn't just wrapped off of him. But we're going downhill, so on a downhill, I put a little bit of power in. You see me at 80 pedals, I got the knob turned. I am really understanding this thing because I'm 32 miles an hour and I got the knob turned. And what I'm doing now is trying to maintain that upper speed because I know the lighter riders can't maintain that speed. So that's why I'm trying to stay at. And I know they have to put real work in to stay there. And he comes up next to me, he's riding right next to me, and we're still riding. And we got a great pace going. I'm gonna look up, I hadn't looked at the end of this race and looked it up on Swift Insider and see where we range with A, B, C's on this one ride, because I know by now it's been had 5 or 6 rides in, so I want to see where we kind of rank with everybody else. But I'm excited that I'm getting excited again about, I've always been excited about the races, but the excitement about realizing that I had left a major point of how to get better on this bike out. The adjustment of tension and stuff, I had left that totally out. It hadn't occurred to me to really start focusing in on that. So I'm doing that. And like I said, it allows me to calm my pedals down but still be putting out a nice amount of wattage. And like I say, it's still gonna be a watt-fall mover because my wattage per weight is the difference. Now, the good thing is, yeah, if you see the one from Monday, which is gonna come out later on Monday, but that one on Monday has my weigh-in, has my why, one of the whys I do this. It also has my pain cave and what it looks like and what I do in my pain cave. So we're coming out. I love the views on Swift. Now everybody, you can't deny it looks beautiful on here. And I run mine on my Mac, and then sometimes I stream it to my TV. But if I do that, it won't record because I use OBS to do my recording for my videos when I'm screaming. And as we ride, I am just looking at it and I'm feeling great about this race. I'm just looking at how this race is going and what this race and how this race got me feeling. We're at 5.2 miles in. Like I said, the knob is turned. 86 pedals per minute. I'm almost at 400, 450. I'm standing right around that area. You notice down at the bottom, I'm mostly yellow and in the yellow for me. So I'm burning, but I'm not killing myself. I'm feeling comfortable. We got a mile left. And when he starts to push up on me behind me, I don't get outrageously upset, outrageous going, I gotta just kill this thing. All I do is just try to maintain where I'm at. Maintain where I'm at. That's my goal now, is just to maintain where I'm at. I feel like if they've been pushing this hard behind me the whole time, they have to feel it by now. So when he comes up, tries to pass me, I look up and go, okay, cool. We're on a just slight here. That's why they got this. But we still got just under a mile to go, so I'm not feeling upset or worried about them getting ahead of me. All I did was put the power in so that when we crest on this hill, my speed comes back. Now, if we was on a steady, slow climb, I would kind of worry. Maybe I might have adjusted the knob a little bit more again, but I wasn't worried as much. And that's the way I felt about this race as I come in. As I come around him, the pack, I come around the outside and I'm still 90-something, 80-something, 85 to 90 pedals in, 450 on the bottom, putting out. I'm at 2.4 and I'm just riding. And I see all on behind me, and I'm just slowly riding. Now, I moved it up to close to 500, trying to get it up that way. But it's more about just a steady, straight pace ride. I know they're trying to catch up to me. I do know that. But my goal is just to hold them off. That's one of my goals right now, just to hold them off and just keep them back way behind me. It seems wrong, but that's where I'm at. And so as we come up around the end, I look down and I'm 2 seconds ahead. And so now I know somebody's gonna try to make a sprint. It always happens. Nobody, if you're that close, you can see me, everyone tries to sprint it out. So I see his numbers go up to 4.9, 5.0, and now you see me, my numbers go up. My numbers are going up now. And so I figured if I could match his numbers, and he don't get no crazy 11 or 12, I can match his numbers, I can stay ahead of him. So you notice that I'm trying to match his numbers, and I adjust the knob again, and my thing is just straight red line. That's all it is. I see somebody else go 9, he's at 5, I'm just trying to stay ahead of him. And we're all just riding, and I see him hit 8. Wow! And I come across the line, I'm excited to say I was happy for this race. Thank y'all for following me. I will put the name of the other YouTuber to follow. Thank you. Have a great day. And lastly, remember, ride on.